Hey everyone, Richard Metal Fan here, bringing you guys an old school album review. I should have reviewed this when the anniversary was back in March, but just some stuff came up and I just immediately popped in my head, so hey, better late than never, right? As Gazebo at How, today we're going to be reviewing Van Halen, and more particularly their second album, Van Halen 2, which was released on March 23rd, 1979 through Warner Brothers Records. Which, funny enough, this hard to believe it came out on my birthday in 1979, not long before I was born. So yeah, anyway, let's dive into this. This is the band's second album, following up their landmark debut album, which came out a year prior in 1978, which in my opinion is still probably my favorite album of theirs. But anyway, and after, I think that album had pretty much got the name of Van Halen spread around. But then here we are a year later, Van Halen, there was like a lot of hype and then they wanted to record a follow-up, which is right here. And this album is kind of similar to the first album. It has that same musicianship. It also, just the production's still the same. It also has, it's sort of slightly in there, but also has like a lot more heavier and sort of like lighter stuff to their style. Vocally, David Lee Roth is just the greatest. Like, in my opinion, I feel like he's the main reason why I like Van Halen, because I'm not like the fan of the stuff with Sammy Hagar or Gary Sharon, even though he did one album with them. Guitar-wise, Eddie Van Halen, he could shred, he could do all that stuff. Bass-wise, Michael Anthony, I think he's in my opinion, one of the most underrated bassists in rock music. Like, he definitely has some sick bass lines. You could definitely hear it well in the mix. And drumming-wise, Alex Van Halen can do no wrong. So yeah, without further ado, let's dive into this album track by track. Album opens up with You're No Good, which I feel like this song is like both heavier and lighter than the debut, in my opinion. Heavier in that it sounds like just big and powerful, driven by like Macedon riffs that aim straight, like just hit you right in the gut, right there. It's lighter in that there's like nimbleness to the attack, and that there are pop hooks to like the best songs, like not like poppy shit, but it's still like just a rock band. And that the group sounds like is like emboldened by their success, so they're swaggering with confidence that is alluring. Next song here is Dance the Night Away, which this song has chops, and it's a good time waiting for it to happen. Like the lyrics are go like, take a chance, you're old enough to dance the night away. And Diamond Dave just sings into the mic, and Eddie Van Halen lays down some tasty guitar riffs behind him, and the boys join in with some great vocal harmonies. And while it has been an underrated song of this band, this is just happy music. And Van Halen are just in it for the good time, and they do like a very fine job conveying it. Somebody Get Me a Doctor, which finds Dave and the boys in the heat of some love, and that this track is just smothered with heavy riffs, bombastic drums, and thundering bass. And I'm just overloaded at Hardly I Can Walk, his, like Dave it proclaims, so you know whatever he has got it bad as he just walls like a choo-choo train, and the music just drives him forward. And then following up is Bottoms Up, with just a very hard rock boogie that would make 22 top blush, and the lyrics that leave like no doubt about the intent of Dave's desire. And no friends in neighbors. Like, Bottoms Up is like not like a drinking song, like given like the title, although in bars across the nation I'm sure it has been. But this song is, I feel like lyrically, is about bending it over and banging it home, with lyrics like pretty maids all in a row, gotta go set 'em up, you know, just about slamming on the non-drinking kind is gonna get done on here. Out of Love Again, which is lyrically, it feels like musically, it feels like something that was left over from the debut album, which isn't a bad thing. It's like shuffling rhythms and Dave swallowed writing, accompanied by Eddie's tasty guitar licks, and I think it's just really great. Right on here, Like the Sky, which is a great driving song if you're old enough to drive, and has some great drum work from Alex Van Halen, which features some fantastic Van Halen vocal harmonies from Dave, Eddie, and Michael. Just some great song. Next song is called Spanish Fly, fly. And of course, Van Halen, the album wouldn't be a proper Van Halen album without some guitar-ness from Eddie Halen, which is like an acoustic shredder number. Well, it's sort of like Eruption from the first album, minus electric guitar. It's serviceable enough. And then we go into the next song on here, which is DOA, which is remains us like a classic Van Halen song, very much an example of their early sounds, and it just has a very catchy piece in there. They're just overall good song. Woman in Love, which is a very mid-tempo song with stunning shimmery tapped intro by Eddie, and it's one of the Van Halen's catchiest chorus, and important as the guitars to Van Halen's sound, just to like the backing harmonies on here. And then Van Halen closes the album out with a hint of what is to come with their career with the song Beautiful Girls. And this is it's just a sunny and swinging song. Now, this could be either good or a bad thing depending on who you talk to, as its pop sensibilities are certainly suiting to the band in some respects. But this also brings in like the worst Dave, who turns out to be, but I don't know what I'm saying. But overall, it's a solid way to end this album. Now, overall, Van Halen 2, it's a pretty good album, pretty good follow-up to their, in my opinion, probably their best album, their debut album. So if I were to give this album a score, I'm going to give this probably a solid 8.5 for 9 out of 10. So yeah, that's my review of Van Halen 2, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it, and I'll see you all in the next video. And as always, keep it metal.